Hey everyone, we're going to work on a simple project on how to get comfortable with watercolors, and we're working on an orange, and we'll make it not a regular orange but a cut orange. Whenever you draw, try to draw with the pencils, a colored pencil that would be able to assimilate with the paint colors that you want to use. So since it's an orange, I'm going for yellow ochre, and here we go. And of course, we have a half a orange right there, and then we have the fact that I'm drawing the slice by not connecting to the straight line is intentional. So if you all can see this, I'm going to darken the outside so it's easier to understand and see on the video. These are my dominant lines. For the slice of orange, I'm just making the outer skin. Here's my curve, and that's what I've got. Now, very simply, we want to work with one of our brushes, and we'll just get right into the color point. So because watercolor are transparent, you don't really want to think about always drawing lines that you have to then work with. Remember, the inside of the skin is divided, so easy way, put a dot here, put a dot here, and put a dot here, here, one here, one here. This would be the tip of the wedges that we're going to separate everything out with. So that means just stick with your basic shapes and work with the tip of the brush. Very, very important. When we hold our brush like this, we get more of the tip coming into contact with our paper. We don't really want that. So notice I'm seeing a big gap here, so I'm not going to make my triangular outline over there. Try to erase. Now I can add another one in between these two sections right here. And I didn't have to plan for it, but I can be flexible in the way that the thing kind of works out. And keep on building these up. Remember, keep your sections nice and controlled. Again, see, we created one more section that we can go in and we can add the delicious orange color that we would typically see. For the slice of orange, we can see that if you've ever peeled or cut open an orange, there is a fleshy white part right there. And so all I'm doing is with the tip of my brush, I'm just creating the sections that we tend to see when we've cut open one of these fruits. That's all that's happening here. One section at a time. Take your time. Try not to think that this needs to go any faster than this. Now, again, to get comfortable with watercolors, put your color to the part which would be the most dominant. In my opinion, the center. I'll clean off my brush, and just with water on my brush, I'm going to pull that color within the same triangle. Feel free to leave some parts of this white. Don't try to block the color everywhere. This will help give you the light spots that we do see when we open up a fruit. So right there, again, same steps reworked. I always try to leave some part of the picture with the original white. That is, in watercolors, that is a really good thing to do. So going one section at a time, that's all you're doing. And let the water do the work for you. So you don't have to feel like you have to work additionally hard. In some sections of the orange, you can afford to just keep full strength on your color. It's not wrong at all. You can pick and choose. As the artist, you can decide what you want to do. And there we have the different slices. You can pull some of the tips inward to kind of make them really come closer to the center. And you can do a little bit of fine tuning before we call it a day for the fleshy part of everything. Go to your slice. Same story. You can draw within the triangles that you have created. Notice I intentionally don't make it a consistent paint because I want some of these whites. I don't want to block them all out. I want to get them randomly. I don't want them to be in a pattern format, because if a light were to hit a fruit and reflect off, it just happens so sporadically that you can't plan for it. Hence, you could also consider this project to be a monochromatic project, meaning a single color application. And
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'll keep copying you. Thank you. Thank you. Bye.
If you ever feel like just skinning up the color and not leaving too many shiny spots, that's completely in your hand. That's the beauty of being an artist. Creating from nothing. That's what we do. I'm going to intensify the color to the right side of my orange slice, and I'm going to keep pulling the color to the left side, so it's not going to be consistent. Now again, you know that the fleshy part on the the fleshy part of the skin, the outer skin of orange, has a texture on it. So you can afford to leave some roundish kind of spots if you felt like it, because that's the texture. It's like little small dimples in the skin of the orange, and that's, you can leave a few, don't leave a lot. That would be most of it. Now with the secondary color, I would use a blue. I would put my light sources and my shadows and everything. Well, before I go there, I think what we should do is we should add a skin to the outer slice of the orange slice. I'm gonna bring in a blue. If it's dark here, bright here, my shadow's going towards the dark side. And there you have it, a very basic and a simple lesson in doing watercolor on an orange peel. You can add on skin texture if you wanted to go a step further. You can take a pencil color again once this thing dries and add a few circular dimples just to reinforce what we've kind of talked about to create texture. But there you have it. That's your lesson on watercolors and orange and on an orange slice.